Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. In front of me here again is the SBGH311 limited edition Grand Seiko. This is the 37 millimeter, first 37 millimeter case with the high beat movement that I actually did a review on, I think just last week. So since last week, I've had a few people reach out to me saying, hey, how does this compare to the Snowflake? Someone asked how, the SBGH273 side by side. So really, I just thought today I brought a whole bunch out and then really just thought I'd put these side by side and let you see how it looks and compares to some other watches from Grand Seiko and some others. So I'll start with Grand Seiko since that's what we have. I know someone reached out directly. I'm not sure if it was Instagram or YouTube, but somebody reached out and said, hey, could you compare the SBGH273? This is the autumn edition from the Four Seasons from, I believe, 2020. So the first Four Seasons without the GMT. And so, again, I'm not going to go over the dimension on all of these. I have too many watches out today. This video would take forever. However, I still wanted to be able to give you a side-by-side. So again, we have a 40 millimeter case, if I'm not mistaken, here on the 273. And just kind of wanted to give you a quick side-by-side. For reference, I will give you the specs on the 311 since that's what we're looking at here. 36.8 is what I measured across the case. So 37 millimeter case. 13.5 thick. So again, if you didn't see that video, it does wear thinner than what the case thickness. You can see the case back here kind of just sinks into wrist. And then we have a 44.4 lug tip to lug tip, but we do have male end links that come out a little bit longer. So again, just to kind of refresh your memory on this case size of this limited edition. So there it is. Again, I'll throw these all on wrist quickly so you can see how they would look on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. I've already mentioned I am a fan. I like this 37 millimeter case on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It just hugs my wrist well, kind of sits flush right in the middle there. And again, I think when this is sized, I wear my watch a little bit tight. That's going to sink down. I don't think this is going to wear like a 13.5 millimeter case, even though that's what I did measure. So again, if I just push up, you can kind of see that case back, pull it down, and it just kind of sits on my wrist quite well. Lugs are slightly curved. So this, for me and my wrist, this fits me well. I like the size of it. Again, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect for everybody. I'll compare that here to the 40 millimeter case of the SBGH273. Again, another high beat. All right, so moving on, we'll get the other Grand Seiko. I brought out the SBGA465, and really I grabbed this specifically because I wanted to be able to show you the difference in the dial. While color is similar, you can definitely see the texture is different, kind of the pattern is different. And when I have a Snowflake in stock, I will absolutely do a direct comparison of if I still have this 311 to it. Unfortunately, I don't have the Snowflake in stock at the moment, so again, another 40 millimeter case, spring drive on this one. .36 millimeter Chronomat. I will say the Chronomat is has more of a taper on the bracelet. Definitely just feels lighter in hand. Definitely thinner as well. If you look at the case thinness of the Chronomat. However, again, I do like having a little bit of feel on a smaller watch. So this 37, does it feel top heavy in hand? A little bit, sure. It does feel a little, comparatively speaking, it's definitely heavier, even a little top heavy at times. But again, I do feel like it sits on wrist well. If you look at the Breitling, for me personally, as much as I do like the 36 millimeter Breitling, I actually like a little bit thicker. It just gives me a little bit more substance on wrist. I do like the fit and feel of the Grand Seiko more. I just had the Aqua Terra out, the 38 millimeter Aqua Terra out for another review and thought I'd leave it out. This might be a good size. The Aqua Terra definitely wears larger on wrist to this new 311 here. And what I mean by that is the crystal is definitely larger on this 38 millimeter case. I think I measured the crystal at 32.5 when I just reviewed it. Not sure off the top of my head what the crystal on this Grand Seiko is, but it just looks larger to me. Again, I'll throw this on wrist quick. And I do like these 38 millimeter Aqua Terras. I think they're a great size. Right around 44, if I'm not mistaken. So lug tip to lug tip, they should be pretty similar. Case thickness, if I'm not mistaken, was right around 12.5 on the Aqua Terra. So again, about a millimeter thinner than this 311. So hopefully it just gives you an idea. Again, really just trying to get as many watches out here as I can to show you side by side to, if you haven't seen this one yet or you're not going to be able to see it, at least give you a reference point to a model you may have seen or tried on. What do we got left here? Black Bay 58, again, this is used. I should have commented too. That Chronomat was a used model, and this Black Bay 58 is a used model for us as well. I went by our used case and saw a couple models. So again, definitely larger. Lug tip to lug tip, the 58's right around 48, I believe, 47.8 or 47.9, so right around 48. So about 4 millimeters, give or take, longer, lug tip to lug tip. Case thickness on the Black Bay 58's around 12 millimeters. So again, a little bit thicker. Just as a frame of reference. And certainly, last but not least, I thought this is still in our use case here, 37 millimeter Ever Rose Yachtmaster. So two 37 millimeter models I thought would be good to take a look at. Obviously, the Yachtmaster, to me, actually, the case looks longer. I didn't measure it. I'll have to go back through. I have reviewed this, I think, previously, comparing it to something else. But I'll throw these both on wrist again. But just looking through my iPhone camera here I'm filming on, the bezel, I think, does allow the Yachtmaster to look larger. However, I bet you the Grand Seiko Crystal is larger. So let me throw this on again. This strap is just a little small. Maybe I'll just throw that on. So again, really just wanted to show you a couple of watches next to this. If there's a watch you really want to see me do a full in-depth review of, like I said, when I have a Snowflake back in stock, I will absolutely do a comparison, taking a look at those dials side by side. But if there's another model you want to see this watch compared to while I still have it in stock, shoot me an email or a comment. I will try to check the comments as well. Always happy to help. So thanks for watching today. And if there's anything I can do, email me, brad@brentlmiller.com, and we'll see you in the next video.